TABR Summary of the Washington, D.C. Air Crash. On Wednesday, a deadly mid-air collision occurred between an American Airlines regional jet, CRJ-700, and a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter near Reagan National Airport in Washington, D.C. All 67 people on board, including 64 passengers and crew from the airliner and 3 soldiers from the helicopter, were killed. Recovery and investigation. Flight data recorders, black boxes, have been recovered and are being analyzed. The National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, expects a preliminary report within 30 days. Recovery operations were paused overnight due to difficult conditions in the Potomac River, where debris remains. Key findings and witness reports. The Black Hawk helicopter may have been flying above the 200-foot limit, possibly contributing to the collision. Air traffic control recordings suggest that a controller attempted to warn the helicopter about the incoming jet just seconds before impact. Media reports indicate that one air traffic controller was performing the job of 2 people at the time of the crash. Victims identified. Several notable figures were on board, including figure skaters, lawyers, professors, and a police officer from the Philippines. The entire flight crew has been named, with tributes highlighting their dedication. At least 14 figure skaters, American and Russian, were among the victims. Reactions and political responses. Donald Trump took to social media, claiming that the helicopter was flying too high. Later, in a press conference, Trump blamed diversity hiring policies at the FAA for the crash, without providing evidence. Politicians from Virginia, Rhode Island, and Kansas paid tribute to the victims. Ongoing efforts in airport status. Reagan National Airport continues to operate normally, with flights resuming. Authorities warn the public not to touch or remove debris found along the Virginia shoreline. Analysis of the incident. 1. Possible causes and accountability. Sure, initial reports suggest that the Black Hawk was flying too high, exceeding airspace limits, which could have led to the collision. The role of air traffic control is under scrutiny, as reports indicate one controller was working alone, possibly leading to delayed communication. Human error and operational inefficiencies, e.g. miscommunication, lack of oversight, appear to be key contributing factors. 2. Safety and airspace concerns. Comment. The airspace around Reagan National Airport is congested, making landings and takeoffs more challenging. A pilot familiar with the airport has described previous close calls, suggesting that this tragedy may highlight systemic aviation risks. NAR 3. Political fallout. Trump's claims about FAA diversity hiring policies appear to be unfounded and politically motivated. The FAA has long-standing strict qualification requirements, and there is no evidence linking diversity programs to the crash. His social media posts blaming the helicopter's altitude before the investigation is complete may influence public perception, but lack factual basis. 4. Recovery challenges. Rescue teams are dealing with cold water, strong currents, and low visibility, making body and debris recovery extremely difficult. Weather conditions are worsening, adding further complications. 5. Impact on aviation and future safety measures. This tragedy raises concerns about military and civilian aircraft sharing airspace near major airports. Air traffic controller staffing and workload management may come under further scrutiny. Depending on NTSB findings, new aviation regulations could be implemented to prevent similar incidents in the future. Ken, final thoughts. This catastrophic event has exposed potential safety issues in air traffic control, flight coordination, and military-civilian airspace management. The NTSB report will be crucial in determining whether procedural failures, pilot errors, or miscommunications played a decisive role. In the meantime, political debates and public speculation risk distracting from meaningful aviation safety reforms that could prevent future tragedies.